This movie is based on the true story of King Danjong, a young king who was betrayed, dethroned, and forced into exile. In the year 1452, a 12-year-old boy, becomes king, but it doesn't last. His own uncle stages a bloody coup. Supporters of the young king are arrested and executed, one after another. He sits in silence, listening as the people who once protected him are killed, fully aware of what is happening, but completely powerless to stop it. Far away, a poor village led by Chief Hongdu is struggling to survive. After hearing how another village turned its fortunes around by hosting an exiled official, instead of being a burden, the minister helped them. He brought in numerous resources, educated the children, and gradually improved the entire village. Hongdu fights to bring one to his own village, hoping it'll save his people from starvation. When Minister Han hears this, he decides to send the dethroned king there. The day finally arrives. The former king loses his royal title and is renamed Prince Nozan. He begins his exile with a difficult 2-day journey through harsh terrain before reaching a remote village. Hongdu welcomes him and rows him across the water on a raft, but it strikes a rock and breaks apart while being freed. Everyone, including Prince Nozan, is thrown into the water, soaked and clearly shaken. Later, Hongdu brings a meal to Prince Nozan, expecting thanks, but the prince coldly dismisses him. Frustrated, Hongdu eats the meal himself. The villagers learn the truth: this isn't just any exile, it's the former king. Panic spreads, fearing punishment if anything happens to him. That night, a despairing Nozan tries to jump off a cliff, but Hongdu saves him, bluntly telling him his death would destroy the whole village. When a tiger appears, everyone freezes. One elderly villager steps forward, ready to sacrifice his life. At that moment, Prince Nozan takes a bow and shoots an arrow, striking the tiger just in time. From that moment, the villagers begin to see him differently. He is no longer just a burden or a threat, but someone who is brave and stood up when it mattered. Later, Hongdu brings food to Prince Nozan. Prince Nozan says he is hungry and would like to eat. This surprises them. When the villagers learn that he has finally eaten well, they are happy. That afternoon, news spreads quickly that the dethroned king is staying in Guangkan village. Slowly, over shared meals and honest talks, Nozan begins healing, and people from nearby villages start arriving to pay their respects. Back at court, a power struggle brews. Nozan's uncle Gumsong plots a rebellion to restore him. The cunning minister Han secretly sets a trap, manipulating Nozan toward Gumsong's group to wipe them both out. In a heartbreaking moment, Nozan tells Hongdu that knowing him and the villagers changed his life, then asks Hongdu to turn him in to save the village. When Han springs his trap, Nozan loudly accuses Hongdu of betrayal, a final act to protect his friend. Nozan is sentenced to death. In his final moments, before the sentence is carried out, Prince Nozan shares a final farewell with Hongdu and asks him for one last favor. Rather than die at the hands of his enemies, he wishes to be killed by someone he trusts. The next day, as the villagers mourn, Hongdu tearfully fulfills the prince's final request, ending the life of the young king he had grown to love like a son. Minister Han then orders that Prince Nozan's body be left unburied and thrown into the river. Heartbroken, Meiwa reads his final letter and chooses to follow him in death. Later, Hongdu finds Prince Nozan's body on the riverbank and secretly gives him the proper burial and dignity he was denied. Thus ends the tragic story of the young king, a tale inspired by real historical events. 241 years later, the real King Danjong was finally restored in history, and Hongdu was honored for his loyalty. Their graves now stand side by side as a lasting symbol of friendship and devotion.